Hello dear students of the first secondary stage and welcome to a new unit. Today we're gonna deal with unit 9, which is entitled A Good Education. And this video we're gonna deal with lesson 1. The first word we're gonna deal with is the word orphan. Orphan is a noun. It is a countable noun. It refers to a child whose parents are dead. Let's take an example. Jane Eyre was an orphan who lived with her cousins. So, the word orphan means yatim. We can use the word orphan as a verb, and it is usually used in the passive form. If a child is orphaned, their parents die or their remaining parent dies. Let's take an example. A 15-year-old boy left orphaned by the recent disaster. بمعنى ييتم. The next word, cruel. Cruel is an adjective. Someone who is cruel deliberately causes pain or distress to people or animals. Let's take an example. Don't you think it's cruel to cage a creature up? طبعا cruel بمعنى قاسي. The next word, governess. Governess is a noun. It is a countable noun. It refers to a woman who is employed by a family to live with them and educate their children. Governess بمعنى مربية أطفال. Let's take the example. Jane decided to apply for a job as a governess. The next word, housekeeper. Housekeeper is a noun. It refers to a person whose job is to cook, clean, and look after the house for its owner. Let's take the example. Today, she is a proud housekeeper with 2 children. Number 6, wealthy. Wealthy is an adjective. It refers to someone who has a large amount of money, property, or valuable possessions. Let's take the example. Mustafa is a wealthy international businessman. So, wealthy means ثري. And now, dear students, let's shift to the exercise. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1. Her parents died and she became a or an space. Orphanage, orphaned, orphan, orphans. She became a or an, so we need a noun. محتاجين هنا اسم. So, which one can be right? A singular noun. Bravo, اسم مفرد. So, which one is right? Yes. Orphanage? Orphanage دار أيتام. Orphaned? No. Orphan? Yes, orphan. يتيم. So, the correct answer is orphan. Number 2. Her parents died and she was sent to live in a or an space. She was sent to live in أرسلت للمعيشة في. So we need a place. محتاجين مكان هنا. Orphan, يتيم, no. Orphaned, no. Orphanage, yes, bravo. This is the correct answer. أرسلت للمعيشة في دار أيتام. So, letter C is the correct answer. Number 3. This palace belongs to a space businessman who has 10 factories. Wealth businessman, wealthy businessman, governess, success. No, we need an adjective here to describe the word businessman. So which one is right? Yes, wealthy is the adjective. Number 4. Rich families usually pay space to look after their children. Governments, governors, govern, or governesses. So rich families عادة بيدفعوا فلوس لمين عشان to look after their children. Yes, bravo. To, yes, governesses اللي هم مربيين أو مربيات الأطفال. Read the summary of Jane Eyre, then answer the questions. Jane Eyre. Charlotte Brontë was born in England in 1816. And her two sisters all became famous authors. You know the meaning of author? Author, مؤلف. They became famous authors. مؤلفين مشهورين. Charlotte Brondt's most famous book is Jane Eyre. الكتاب المشهور للمؤلفة Charlotte كان Jane Eyre. It was written in 1847. Okay. Jane Eyre was an orphan. Orphan means yatim, who lived with her cousins and her wealthy aunt. عاشت مع أبناء وبنات عمتها وعمتها الثرية Mrs. Reed. The family was unkind and they didn't want Jane to live with them. Cruel family. Jane was sent away to school. Jane was happy to go to Lowood School. But the owner, Mr. Brocklehurst, was very cruel. So the students lived unhappy lives. As you know, the word lives is in the plural form. It is the plural form of life. As you know, if a noun ends in F or FE, in the plural form, we change the F or FE into VES. Okay. And in Arabic, we call it حيوات. طبعا احنا عارفين في الترجمة المفروض ان احنا نكون good at both the source language and the target language. لازم نبقى كويسين في اللغة اللي احنا هنترجم منها واللغة اللي احنا هنترجم إليها. فجمع كلمة life أو حياة هي حيوات أو حيوان. Okay. Finally, cruel Mr. Brocklehurst was told to leave the school. 6 years later, Jane became a teacher at Lowood School. After 2 years, Jane decided to apply for a job. Apply for means يتقدم لوظيفة. Apply for a job as as a governess كمربية أطفال. طبعا you know the difference between as and like. As بيجي بعدها الوظيفة real job اللي انت بتشتغلها. I work as a teacher, so I am a teacher. لكن if you are a teacher, if you are a doctor, and you work like a clown, بتشتغل كالمهرج أو يعني طريقتك في العمل فيها يعني تشبه طريقة المهرج, so you work like a clown. Okay. Rich families often employed governesses. Governesses اللي هم مربيات الأطفال. She started to teach a young French girl called Adele at a big house called Thornfield Hall. The owner of the house was Mr. Rochester. Jane enjoyed her new job and became friends with Mrs. Fairfax. Became friends with the kind housekeeper, Mrs. Fairfax. One night, there was a fire at Thornfield Hall. Jane saved Mr. Rochester from the fire. He said that Grace's servant started the fire, but Grace didn't lose her job. Jane did not understand, but she thought there was a secret in the house. Take care, we pronounce it secret. Jane decided to leave Thornfield Hall, but she could not forget it. Now, dear students, let's shift to the exercise. We are requested to read the summary of Jane Eyre. Are these sentences true or false? Number 1. Charlotte Brant was born in the 18th century. القرن ال18. No. طبعا هو she was born in 1816. طبعا احنا ازاي نعرف السنتشري القرن او رقم القرن؟ قال لنا بنبص على اول 2 numbers وبنضيف عليهم 1 plus 1. تمام؟ فبنحصل على السنتشري. So, Charlotte was born in the 19th century. So, this sentence is incorrect or false. Yes. Number 2. Jane Eyre's parents died and she lived with her cousins and her wealthy aunt. Yes, true. Number 3. The owner of Lowood School was not kind, so the students were miserable. Yes, true. Number 4. Jane didn't like her new job as a governess. No, she liked it. She liked the job, so this sentence is false. Number 5. Grace was obliged, أرغم was obliged to, أرغم أن leave her job, أو أرغمت أن leave her job, تترك وظيفتها because she started the fire at Thornfield Hall. No, this piece of information is incorrect or false. In this part, we're going to deal with the past simple passive. As you know, we form the past simple with adding ded or ied to the end of a regular verb. But if we have an irregular verb, we use the second conjugation. This is touching the active voice. But what about the passive voice? To form the past simple passive, we use verb to be in the past simple. يعني بنحط verb to be اللي هو either was or were. And add the past participle of the verb we are using plus the past participle. يبقى احنا عندنا الباسيف بيكون passive في الباست simple بيكون بإضافة يا إما was or were واحدة من الاثنين دول plus the past participle وهو التصريف الثالث للverb. Let's take this example. Jane Eyre was written in 1847. Was written, كتبت, it is in the passive voice. So we have was and the past participle of the verb write. We use by plus the agent to show the doer of the action. يعني أحيانا بنحط by متبوعة ب الشخص اللي هو قام بالفعل, the doer of the action. As in this example, فبيقول لنا Jane Eyre was written by Charles Brand. Okay. Now, dear students, we're going to shift it to an exercise. بيقول لنا choose a correct answer from A, B, C, or D. Number 1. A lot of children were spaced by wars. Were orphan? No. Orphaning? No. Orphaned? Yes. Or orphans? No. So, we can use, as you know, we can use the verb orphan in the passive form. So, we can form it with, in the past simple, we can form it with was or were plus the past participle of the verb. So, the correct answer here is orphaned. Number 2. She spaced to keep the matter a secret. She telling, has told, was told, or tell. Yes, which one is right? Yes, bravo. She was told. Why is that? Because it is in the passive voice. Okay. قيل لها أن تحتفظ بالمسألة كسر. Number 3. The pets space 3 times a day. Feeds, were fed, feeding, or has fed. طبعا the pets هو هنا احنا بدأنا بالobject المفعول بتاعنا. So we must use the verb in the passive voice. So which one is right? Yes, bravo. Number or letter B is a correct answer. The pets were fed. Number 4. My wallet space yesterday. Lost, losing, was losing, or was lost. Which one is right? Yes, we started with the object, my wallet. So the sentence must be in the passive form. So which one is right? Yes, how can we form the passive in the past simple? Yes, with was plus the past participle. But this one is not right. It is a verb in the active voice, past simple. Losing, gerund, no. Was losing, past continuous in the active voice. So letter D is the correct one. Now, dear students, we have come to the end of this lesson. Wishing you good luck and bye-bye.